Let's see if I got it up. Well, good evening and welcome to Valhalla Court, Mazama High School. We're a little late getting on because of some technical problems, but it looks like we've established a connection. Randy Adams along with Dan Fast, Mike Williams on the camera tonight. And it's not been a good night so far for the Mazama Vikings, who are finding themselves in a 20-point deficit here in the second period, 27-7. Vikings will shoot a three from the outside. That was Deshaun Carter. That's off the mark and no good. Dan's been watching much more of the game than I have. I've been doing the technical end, and Dan Henley came out firing.
Yeah, they're not traditionally a very good outside shooting team. Their first three threes, all nothing but net. They have shot well. They passed the ball well. Mazama, too much dribbling and not enough hard cutting.
Kai Hunt had the ball for a moment out front. They'll get it down low. A nice give and go. It's Marcus Aloha Ford, the Oregon Tech baseball prospect, scores on the basketball side, making it 27-9.
Marcus is really, he was in a shooting slump early in the season. When he squares up and doesn't fade away, he's got a pretty nice shot. And he's playing fairly well here late in the season, averaging 8.5 points per game.
Three-sport athlete here at Mazama. Aloha Ford will put the free throw up. It's off the back of the iron and no good. So the score remains 27-9. Henley with the lead, second period. Hornets feed the ball down on the block low. There's a missed shot. And a rebound by the Vikings. They'll come down quickly to Aloha Ford again, who puts two more in. The Vikings using transition to get the basketball there in the hoop.
That's what Mazama needs to do, push the ball hard up the court. That means if you don't have the ball, you have got to run.
27-11. Henley with the lead. A missed shot on the Hornet end, and Ryan Hayden comes down with the rebound for Mazama. Get the ball to Kai Hunt in the front court. He'll drive, penetrate, lay it up. Nice move, didn't go. Rebound put up by Hayden. It's blocked.
By McCready.
Hayden the shot, McCready the block. And he's by far the tallest player on the floor.
Yeah, he's
McCready.
They list him at 6'7". He's probably that, maybe a little bit more. Older brother Gordon McCready played here at Mazama briefly about 4 years ago. He was 6'9".
I remember him, but he didn't get much playing time.
No, he was saddled with back injuries most of his career. Went to swimming and did quite well. His older sister, and I do not know her first name, and she's 6'2". She played volleyball for Santa Clara University.
Well, we did a little bit of a patchwork thing to get this thing going, but we are going tonight. Finally.
In that first quarter, the hot start was Owen Harper with 9 points in that first quarter. Owen Harper.
Another three-sport athlete on the other side for Henley, football, basketball, and baseball. Plays on the American Legion program in the summer months. As the Hornets work the ball around the Mazama zone, they'll go low block. Now a dribble drive into the paint. And a shot put up and scoop and a miss by McCready. A rebound fought for by the gold-clad Hornets, and a reach-in foul going to be called. Jeff Sturgeon Craig Connor, and who else do we have out there?
Randy Rose.
Randy Rose doing double duty tonight. Randy was the first game official as well, right?
That's correct. And two of those boys, those young men, played for me.
Isn't that something? McCready on the inbound, taking high post, and then they'll back it way in, and a left-handed shot put up there. No good. And the rebound brought up by the Mazama Vikings.
Kai Hunt.
Montag with a miss. Vikings with the ball down by 16. Got a big hole to dig out of. They're capable of coming back, though, the Vikings are.
Yeah, they're also a streaky outside shooting team. Kai Hunt can really get hot in a hurry. And so Gabe Nani's got a beautiful three-pointer.
Nice spin move inside the paint, but a missed shot. It was great, except it didn't go in for, I believe, Connor Baker. And the Hornets come back down and get an easy two. Who was that, Dan?
That's Bennett, Luke Bennett.
They got some good athletes. You might recognize a lot of these names from Henley State Championship football team this year. Here's the pass inside the paint, and a reach-in foul going to be called on the Hornets with 1:44 left in the second quarter.
We should remind the fans that the new rule on free throw shooting is when you reach 5 team fouls in a quarter, you automatically shoot 2 shots.
There is no more 1-and-1.
There's no more 1-and-1, which I think is a crazy rule, but I don't get to vote.
I really haven't asked your opinion on the 35-second rule either, which I'd like to get.
The 35-second clock doesn't impact the game as much as this rule.
Jordan Beals out front, going to get it to the top of the circle to Nanny. Now left-hand side, long three, misses everything. Rebound offensive Mazama, and that shot missed, no good from 5 feet.
Yeah, that's Gabe Nani. He's usually pretty good there.
Rebound Hornets, they had numbers, but they pull it back out. A long three up and a long three in.
And we do not have a number 32.
I don't have him either.
I think I know who he was in our basketball camp. I think I know. I'll remember this kid's name here pretty quick.
32-11 now with that three-point field goal going in for the Hornets. Mazama struggling here tonight. The girls also had a tough night. There's a jump shot inside the lane, and it's an air ball, falls well short. Inside 50 seconds now. As the Hornets come down with the rebound, super sophomore Joe Jandy, the only sophomore on either varsity roster this year for Mazama or Henley.
That's unusual.
And yeah, it is. Here's the three from the corner. That will not go. Mazama comes down with the ball. 35-second clock will not be in effect as we've got 23 seconds left. Turnaround jumper free throw line. Missed again on the jump shot by Jordan Beals. Might attribute a couple of those to a good defensive effort by Henley. 7 seconds left until halftime. Here's the penetration by Janney, the drive, the shot, and the score. Joe Janney gives the Henley Hornets a 34-11 halftime lead over the Mazama Vikings at halftime. 34-11 is our score. We're going to take our break. We hope to have Vic Lease, the athletic director here at Mazama, come up and talk to us. Here at halftime, we'll take a 1-minute break and come back on Table Rock Sports and KFLS 1450.
Start at Pinnacle 365. Accelerate your day with morning motivation. Freshly ground, swiftly brewed from fresh bean to cup in no time at all. And now, we're here for your daily dinner adventures. Introducing Crispy Crunchy Chicken online ordering. Mouth-watering Crispy Crunchy Chicken for dinner. Made deliciously easy. Just open the app or visit the website. Select a pickup time. Choose from your favorites. And your Crispy Crunchy Chicken will be prepared hot and fresh. Make dinner a breeze at Pinnacle 365.
If he does remember to come up.
It's game day or a family get-together. Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Halftime, 34-11. The Henley Hornets with a convincing lead over the Mazama Vikings at the break. Dan, not much scoring for Mazama, and Henley's got some kids that are approaching double figures.
Yes, I'll go through with Henley first. Joe Janey has 2 points. Aiden Hayes has 2. Owen Harper has 9 points, all in the first quarter. Frank has 2 points for Henley. Chris Janey has 5 points. Luke Bennett has 8 points. Montag played but did not score. And McCready had 8 points. And number 32, who's not listed on the roster, hit a 3 for a total of 34 points.
I bet Mark McDaniel over there might know who that number 32 is.
Yeah, I will find out.
Number 32 for Henley, we don't have him on the roster. Mark, can you tell us who that is? 32. 32. We'll get Vic on first. And Vic Lee's our guest here at halftime. And then we'll just switch out headsets here, Dan, if we can. And I'll get Coach Lease, athletic director of Mazama High School and former football coach. Now it's hard to even say that to you, to be honest. Welcome to the broadcast, Coach.
Thanks, Randy.
Hey, it's been a good run for you here, and some state championship to go along with several quarterfinal, semifinal appearances. Your one-loss record speaks for itself, but for you personally, it's on to bigger and better things, right?
Yeah, I hope so. That's for sure. I hope so.
And this is on the professional side. You want to continue your education or your tenure in education to run your own building. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's exactly what I want to do. I want to be a building principal. I'm coming towards the end of my career, and that's something that I've wanted to do for a number of years, and I feel like now's the opportunity to do it.
Give me a little bit of a background on Orland Culp. I know that there's been nothing but positive things that have come out in print and on television, but also from people in the community that know him already. He was here a full year after coaching so many years in Wairika. Tell us a little bit about the new football coach at Mazama.
Well, Orland is a great guy, great character guy, and knows football, and he's going to be exceptional for Mazama football. There's no doubt about that. He runs a running spread offense with a tight end, and he'll do some different things defensively. He'll run a sound football program. He and I do a lot of the similar things. His scheme's just a little bit different than mine offensively, but he's outstanding man, high character. He's going to be really good for the Mazama community.
And there are so many other changes with the change at Henley and Alex Stork. You two had some great rivalry games in there in the last few years. I think he got you once or twice. This last year they ran the table, but there was some a 2-point game that I can remember and a 1-touchdown game I can remember.
Oh yes, Alex is a great football coach and outstanding man, and we had some great games. He's one of the few coaches in my tenure at Mazama that got me twice, and out of our 5 league losses in the 11 years, he's got 2 of those wins against us. So, he's an outstanding guy. It's my understanding, though, that he's going to continue to coach some football. I'm happy for him. He just doesn't want to be in the head role. He wants to coach a little assistant. So I wish him all the luck in the future and his family endeavors and everything else. So,
speaking of coaches, we would be remiss without mentioning your wife, Joy, who spent many years as the coach here at Mazama, the girls basketball coach, winning a state championship, getting another several runs deep into the state tournaments throughout the years.
She's got a lot of hardware, that's for sure.
And all of a sudden, she's at the 20-win mark at Oregon Tech. Congratulations.
Absolutely. We're extremely proud of her. The Lease family's always been a very athletic family, and Coaching is something that we were doing when we first met each other, and we're still coaching today. I've stepped away for a little while, but she's still doing it. And now our daughters are coaching too. We got our oldest, Amber, is an assistant varsity basketball coach at Crater, who's ranked number 1 in the state right now at 5A. And our other daughter, Maddie, is assistant basketball coach at Corvallis, who's I believe is also ranked in the top 10 right now. And we're really proud of them too. It's just in the family, it's in the blood. You'll always hear Elise name coaching someplace. That's for sure.
And it's good that you are making some road trips when your schedule allows to go watch Joy coach. But it also gives you an opportunity to connect with those girls that are still up in the Willamette Valley.
Absolutely. That's you're absolutely right. Amber's over the hill in the Rogue Valley, and Maddie and Kennedy are up in the Willamette Valley and up in the Corvallis area, and we're proud of all of them. That's for sure.
What is your opinion on the new classification breakdown? Klamath Union dropping down to 3A next year. That left a little bit of a spot in the Big Sky Conference, but it should be a pretty competitive conference with Ashland, the 2 schools on the coast, and then of course Mazama and Hidden Valley.
Yeah, I think it's good overall, top to bottom. They did a couple of things. They broke up the 5A, so there's another league now in 5A, which will allow teams to schedule those games with those schools. And they broke up that big 3A football league down south here, which will also create some additional opportunities for teams. They split that league in half. So I think it's good. I think it's really good for the football across the state. And I believe it's going to be good for KU football. They need an opportunity to play at the 3A level for a couple of years and build that program back up to what it used to be. Our first year here, we had a battle here on Viking Field.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and they beat us right in the last seconds of the game. Stopped us on the 1 yard.
Gave off guard, as a matter of fact.
They were co-champs that year, and since then they've had some up and down seasons. Tom Smith's an outstanding football coach, and he had some great football teams. And it's just kind of slowly, steadily, struggled a little bit with some of the things over there. And hopefully this will give them an opportunity to build that program back up. I think their coach right now is doing a great job recruiting kids and getting them going. And I think he'll make them very competitive in a short period of time.
And to be clear, we'll let people know that that's just football. Klamath Union still remains in the basketball and other sports in the Skyline. So you'll continue that. And I understand you'll also continue the Canal Bowl game.
Absolutely. That was something when this was talked about, them going to the 3A classification, that Tyler Baker and myself, we made a commitment to keep the Canal Bowl going, keep that series alive. We were one of the hardest times to keep the series going was during the COVID situation. But, at that time, we made a commitment to keep that going during that time too. And it's a vital piece of history. Some people don't know, but there is a traveling trophy with all of those game scores on it, the winning coach on it. And it's sitting at Mazama. It's been at Mazama for a few years now, but that trophy is there, and it has all that history of the Canal Bowl, and we definitely want to keep that history and honor those individuals that have played and coached in that game for the years past.
Well, I wish we had more time to talk. We're going to have to get you up on the talk show where we've got 30 minutes or so to get on and talk about some other things. But
you let me know. I'll be there, buddy.
All right. Thank you, Vic.
You bet.
Vic Lease, athletic director here at Mazama High School. We get settled in for the start of the second half. The two teams, of course, working different directions now, as it's all Henley in this one so far, 34-11. The Hornets inbound to McCready. It's up off the glass and 2 more. Pretty easy to do, Dan, when you got a kid that tall. That's an inbound play that you can take advantage of time and time again.
If you want to be a state championship caliber team and play in the state tournament, you have to have a good postman. In the 4A level, probably 6'4" at least. As you go up, it's 1 inch for every level. So if you go to 5A, it's got to be 6'5". Go to 6A, it's got to be 6'6". So when you have a 6'7" postman at the 4A level, huge advantage.
There's a shot from the corner that's off, no good. If that makes sense, because I went to Sacred Heart and we were 1A. What does that tell you? I was a post player there. Just kidding, as Henley scores 2 more, and they make it 38-11 now.
Joe Janey.
And Joe Brett, the president of Table Rock Sports, back then at 6'2", played post for the forward as well for the Trojans. There's a jump shot, up and in by looked like Marcus Aloha Ford.
It was his 6th point of the game.
And it's 38-13.
He leads all the Vikings in scoring.
Here comes Henley as they move it right to left. The gold-clad Hornets with new uniforms again this year. White numerals. Here's a 3-ball on the way from the top of the key.
By
Luke
Bennett. Yeah.
And he did not hit it, but the rebound comes down to Mazama's Kai Hunt.
I think Kai Hunt is the best all-around point guard in the Skyline Conference.
And what a great football player. The kid doesn't have the size that some kids, but boy, he was quick and made a lot of spectacular plays.
He's tough and he's smart.
I'm going to move the ball to Hunt. He's going to penetrate baseline and off the glass. A nice move. Right hand, left glass, and he put it in for 2.
And he went around McCready for that.
38-15 now. Henley by 23. In the paint, turnaround jumper McCready from 7 does not go, and the rebound comes down to Mazama. Situation like this, Dan, you just work as hard as you can to try to get back into the game. Work away and chip away, right?
Yep.
Turnaround jumper from Hayden is no good. Or is that was Hayden?
That was Hayden, yes.
Comes an dribble drive and a transition bucket for 2 more points for Henley, and they'll have the and 1 opportunity, making it 40 now to 15. A couple of new players coming into the game for the Mazama Vikings.
Joe Janey is good on the field goal.
Drake Peters being one of those players. Deshaun Carter also in off the bench. 5:23 left third quarter. And the 3-point play is no good. Mazama comes down with a rebound. 5:19 left third period.
I've watched Mazama play at least 10 times, maybe more, this season. And while they have good athletes, their weakness right now is on-ball defense. They allow players to pick a jab step and go right around them, and then, of course, you're in trouble in that situation.
Vikings moving the ball around the perimeter. There's Marcus Aloha Ford taking advantage of a weak side opportunity and put it up and in.
Little spin move.
40-17. Henley's McCready goes up, scores, but it won't count.
Been a clean game in terms of turnovers. Mazama has just 2 so far, and we have Henley for 5.
That's total, by the way.
That's total, and we're halfway through this third quarter. That's very good.
40-17. It tells you also these officials might be letting him play, as you might see in a state tournament game, right, Dan? They don't call nearly as much.
And right there's a turnover.
Yeah, as soon as we said they were taking pretty good care of the ball. Hornets get it down to the other end. Pop up a shot. McCready was ready to go get the rebound after the missed play there. Looked like Joe Janey. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2 for Henley.
In the last game, McCready just dominated the second half. And everybody else didn't contribute a great deal. In this game, everybody's contributing.
Henley 41, Mazama 17. We're in the third quarter, halfway through the third period of play as Janey eyes the bucket, misses the second opportunity of 2, but an offensive board gives Henley the ball right back. But Mazama comes up with a steal, a 1-on-3, the dribble drive, the layup, the miss. Rebound put back up and in.
By Drake Peters.
Peters gets his first, I think it's got to be his first bucket of the night, 41-19. And a foul on the other end, and McCready goes up and scores. He's having a darn good game tonight.
Well, that was Joe Janey.
So that Janey again?
Yes.
Janey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's had a great third quarter.
And again, he's the only sophomore on either team.
Right now, he's 1 for 5 for free throws in this game.
He was the starting quarterback of their state championship football team as well, as just a sophomore. Janey's three-point play is off the mark, no good, so he gets...
Now 1 for 6. We haven't mentioned the offense or the defense is being played, but when you have Henley playing Mazama, everything man-to-man.
Inside the paint, nice spin move, and getting the bucket is Gabe Nani, I believe.
Yes, it was. Nice move.
43-21. Gabe picking up the bucket there. Henley's just getting the ball down low on demand, it seems, and there's a foul with 3:29 left, third quarter.
They're trying to front McCready, and he's going to shoot the free throws. But they've done a good job with weak side help on him. But of course, that leaves other players open.
First one is up and good from McCready to make it 44-21. And duplicates the effort with the second free throw. Timeout. We'll take one as well. It's all Henley tonight. 45-21 Hornets. Back in a minute.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Pick it up. Let's go. Come on. Defense. Defense. What am I teaching you at home? Has this kid played before? Shoot it. Oh. Ah. Come on, ref. Open your eyes. Can't you see out there? So, which one's your kid?
The referee.
You can be a parent, athlete, coach, or an official, but you can only be one. Know your role.
Welcome back to Mazama. 45-21. Henley with the lead. A long two, or is that a three?
Yoa Ford got 6 points this quarter.
He's got to be close to double figures. Should be the only Viking close to that.
Yeah, he has 10 now.
45-23 now. Vikings trail by 22. McCready with a right-hand floater that just won't fall from 7 feet. Inside the paint, rebound Vikes. Kai Hunt into the front 44 feet for Mazama. Little skip pass. Back to Kai. He'll pop a three. Good! Kai Hunt with Mazama's first three of the night, maybe? Second? 45-26.
Yeah, it's the second one. Kai now has 9 points in this game, averaging 11.5 on the year.
Owen Harper tried to penetrate. Ball lost. Vikings on a little bit of a run here. Aloha Ford tries to isolate, backs it back out on the dribble, gets it to Nani for three. Good!
Boy, that was a beautiful shot.
Gabe Nani.
He was probably 2 to 3 feet, at least 2 feet behind the three-point line.
And there's another Henley turnover. Luke Hammond cannot be happy with what's transpired in the last minute and a half of this game.
The player that scored a three that came in, which was not on the roster, is a freshman, Micah Ibarra.
And he's a freshman.
He's a freshman. He's a pure shooter.
Here's Hunt. Vikings on a 7-0 run right now. Work the left side of the floor, get it to Peters, back out into the corner. And now Aloha Ford again, get it to Hunt. Kai with the dribble drive, goes in, foul.
I don't know the exact height of Kai Hunt. He's probably only about 5'7", but he's fearless. He's fearless.
And he's got some moves when he gets to the well, too.
Yeah. He's athletic.
Hunt's first free throw is good. That's an 8-0 run for Mazama.
Kai now is in double figures with 10.
And it's 45-30. One more free throw for Hunt. Eyes it, skies it, sinks it. It's good. 45-31 now. Down to a 14-point Henley lead. Things looking much better for the Vikings after an abysmal start tonight, no doubt about it.
Some ill-advised shots, that was for sure.
34-11 at halftime. The Vikings have played well here in the third quarter, scoring 20 points of their own. There's a dribble drive and a reach-in foul. With less than a minute to play third quarter, 55.6 seconds. Randy Adams, Coach Dan Fast. Mike Williams on the camera work tonight, and Allie Hicks back at the KFLS studio running our controls on that end. Is Joe Janney. Is this Janney? 10? It is. First free throw good.
That was a hard collision between he and Carter, Deshaun Carter.
46-31. That was the first point in quite some time for the Hornets. Second one is off the mark, no good. Vikings come down with the defensive board. And we're inside a minute to play now, third period. Hunt crosses over, top of the key, continues his dribble. Almost loses it, does lose it. Tried to get the ball to Aloha Ford. Now a 3-on-2 the other way, as the Hornets have numbers, but they can't take advantage of the situation and bring it back out with 32 seconds left, 24 on the shot clock.
Boy, Chris Janey is out there at the three-point line. Oh, wide open, 2 times in a row. Immediately reversed the ball. Does not want to shoot that three.
Back out, 17 seconds. The drive inside the paint and score. Montag makes it a 4-0 Henley run. Now it's 48-31 again. And the momentum slowly starting to shift right back into the Henley favor. Here's Hunt, 3-ball at the buzzer, no good. Third quarter has come to an end, and it is still a comfortable lead for the Henley Hornets going into the fourth quarter, 48-31. We're back after this 1-minute break on Table Rock Sports and KFLS 1450.
It's game day or a family get-together. Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
Your game day adventures start at Pinnacle 365. Kick off your day with some morning motivation. Then add some crunch to your game day with mouth-watering crispy crunchy chicken featuring the Chicken Crunch Box, Tender's Crunch Box, and introducing a contender for best chicken sandwich in the West, the Big Cluck. But wait, here's the real MVP move. Download and use the Peak Rewards app and save big on fuel every day with in-store purchases. Fuel your day, fuel your fun. Pinnacle 365.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount.
Well, we go to the fourth quarter at Valhalla Court. Henley on top of the Skyline Conference right now with just one loss. Hoping to stay in that position as the Vikings inbound the ball to start the fourth. Get it to Hayden on the post. Ryan will swing the ball right side to Aloha Ford. Continues a dribble. Fadeaway jumper in the lane is off the bank and in for two, and he's going to draw the and one opportunity with a foul. Making it 48-33.
Now with 12 points. Student body of Henley's given it to Marcus Aloha Ford.
And the three-point play is complete as Aloha Ford pops it through to make it 48-34.
He's having a nice game.
Janney out in the front court. Motion offense by Henley. Comfortable with a 14-point lead, but remember, you have to shoot. They can't run a lot of time off the clock like they were before, where you would see a team maybe run 1 or 1.5 minutes off. There's a steal by Mazama. Now they've got to capitalize with the points after the turnover. Turnover on points. There's the drive inside. Oh, we got some Aloha Ford.
Yeah, an aggressive move off a right tackle.
Non-shooting foul. He was fouled on the play. And it'll be the second personal foul on Luke Bennett. Inbound, and it's knocked away again. Bennett all over Aloha Ford. Vikings will put up a three, and it's good. It rattled in and out. Who was that?
It was Aloha Ford.
Marcus again cuts the lead to 11. That's as close as Henley has been all night long. 48-37. Need some stops on defense, fellas.
Didn't it start out 11-0?
It did. There's another Mazama steal.
By Ford.
Here comes the Vikes down the floor. Kai Hunt will walk the ball into the front court.
Work the ball and get a good shot if you're Mazama.
Aloha Ford penetrates with the dribble drive. Now stopped, and it's taken away at the baseline. And on the sideline, stolen with Henley and 3-on-2 numbers. Get the ball to McCready. It's out of his hands. Pick by Kai Hunt. He goes down the floor, lays it up and in. It's a single-digit lead for Henley.
It was 23-5 at the end of the first quarter.
48-39.
Yeah, this is if Mazama is just patient and gets the shot they want, this game's not over. The student body from Henley was chanting.
All of a sudden quiet.
They were chanting in the first quarter,
it's all over.
Well, guess
2
what?
minutes into the game.
Yeah, it's not, yeah.
Here's McCready, posts up, dishes it off. Shot put up, no, but a foul.
Probably a good foul.
Yeah, they had an easy 2 there.
And it's Harper that's going to shoot the free throws. He's 2 for 2 on the evening.
You know, Dan, I used to remember when Mazama would play at home, you couldn't find an empty seat over there.
No.
On the student side, first one is good. It's strange how things have changed in many ways. 49-39. Second one on the way, good.
Harper is now 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
Especially on a Friday night. Tuesday nights I can kind of understand, but boy, you want to be here for a rivalry game on a Friday night. Part of the high school experience.
They need to get Gabe Nani with some shots here.
Aloha Ford out in the front court, loses it, and gets it back. Get it on the wing to Hunt, right-hand side. Kai continues the dribble.
A little too much.
Yep. Get it back out. Long three. Aloha Ford just off the mark. No good. That would have been nice to cut it down to 8.
That was a nice-looking shot.
It just did not go. Rebound Hornets, and we've got an offensive charge against the Hornets.
Janey stuck his arm out, rooted the guy out.
5 minutes and 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It is 50-39 now.
I'm not sure who took that charge, though.
Whoever it was got leveled.
I think it was Kai Hunt.
Kai gets the ball to Hayden way up top. High post. Hayden to Deshaun Carter. Checked into the game. Get it back out front. Mazama trying to find an open shot here. Here's Hayden. Tries to penetrate. Puts it up. And he's blocked by McCready once again.
Yeah, you don't shoot a fadeaway against a 6'7" guy. You're not gonna be successful.
Here's a Henley three on the way. That's front iron and off. No good. Rebound. Hornets. Offensive board. They'll reload with a new 35-second clock.
Well, Gabe Nani is on Chris Janey. Yeah, and he is sagging off 8 feet, 9 feet, maybe 10.
Down to 17 on the shot clock now as Henley with an 11-point lead, probably thinking we just need to get out of here with the W after having that lead.
Exactly.
Large. Here is McCready down low, up and in. Timeout.
There isn't much defense for that.
No timeout. We'll keep it right here. I thought they called timeout.
There
yes,
is.
they did. Timeout on the floor halfway through the fourth quarter. 52-39. Henley with the lead. We're back after this on Table Rock and KFLS.
All right, let's go, guys. 15 minutes. Get your stuff.
Bye, Mom.
Have a good day, guys. I don't know what happened.
Just next time, go a little slower and figure it out.
Okay, I get it. What you're going to do is you're going to take the line.
Life is busy. Juggling everything can be overwhelming. We've all been there. So consumed with our own lives that we sometimes forget about what someone else might be going through.
Ref, come on! No, ref! There's no contact! I'm straight up! That is a terrible
So
goal.
keep it in perspective. Because we're all hoping for the same thing. To be respected for who we are and what we do. Remember, no ref, no game. You can be a parent, athlete, coach, or an official. But you can only be one. Know your...
Back here at Valhalla Court, Mazama trailing by 11. They've cut the lead to 9 at one point. Get it to Hayden, the overload, but he missed the easy shot underneath, but he draws the foul, I think. Ryan Hayden would have an and one. He'll get 2 free throws here, though, for the Vikings with 3:44 left.
Foul was on Bennett.
Luke Bennett picking it up. Here's Hayden's first free throw. It's good. Henley 52, Mazama 40.
His first point of the night.
Remember, it was 34-11 at halftime. Henley, the second one, is in and out, no good. And out of bounds off the Hornets. It'll be Mazama ball. They'll inbound baseline underneath their own goal.
Mazama probably needs to start thinking about the foul game.
Here's the inbound. 3 on the way. Oh, looked like it was going to go, but didn't. A little short. And Henley's got numbers and a transition going the other way. They're going to hold up. Get it to Bennett inside the paint. Puts it up from 12. It won't go. Defensive board, Mazama. Kai Hunt, baseball pass. Aloha Ford. Now to Hayden. And his shot is blocked. Everything worked except the shot. And a great defensive effort by the Hornets to prevent the basket there.
A lot of athleticism on that play.
3:11 left in the game. Henley with the ball. They're up by 12. 52-40. Joe Janey.
Nobody from Henley wants to shoot from the outside right now.
Swing the ball left-hand side to Owen Harper for a moment. Now baseline. Shot put up, no good.
Good defense.
And the Vikings come down with it. They need a good bucket here.
Good
a 3
defense
would be
on McCready. They were double-teamed him, and they hung tight.
A 3 would be most welcome if they can get a good, clean shot off here. Here's Aloha Ford. He's going to go inside the free throw circle. Pop it from there. No good. Tipped out by the Vikes. Kai Hunt comes up with it. In the corner they go. But they don't take that shot. It's Aloha Ford. Back out.
Kai's
Hunt.
Gotta shoot
he's
that
got it, and he's got it to go. Kai Hunt cuts the lead back down to 9. 52-43 with 2:14 left.
Kai Hunt now has 16 points in the game.
And strolling to the hoop with an easy 2.
Joe Janey.
Joe Janey to make it 54-43. And he'll have the 1-point opportunity for the 3-point play.
Except he is 2 for 8 from the free throw line. Probably should have fouled him hard enough that he wasn't able to get the shot off. He was going to the basket.
Boy, he just seemed like he had an open road around the off. No good. Offensive board. And is it going to be a foul on Mazama and add one again? No, it's going to be against Henley.
It's against the, yeah, it was number
12, it looks like, right?
Yeah.
Owen Harper, who's third.
Yeah. And he definitely was over the back. If anybody wants to argue that, we can go into the whole realm of politics.
Well, we've got 5 fouls now, so Mazama will go to the line to shoot 2 from here on out.
And Kai Hunt is I'll let you know right here. Kai Hunt is a good shooter. Ironically, on the last 12 games of the season, he is just 50% from the field, or from the free throw line, and he is 2 for 2 tonight, so let's get that percentage up. Greg Connor and Randy Rose are having quite the conversation at midcourt, the officials.
Randy's shaking his head. Craig's nodding his head.
Well, I know those two young men quite well, and here's what I'm going to tell you. Both of them are going to stand their ground.
You're saying they're a little bit stubborn, are you?
I'm saying something, yeah.
First free throw from Nani is no good.
He is a 65% free throw shooter. You've got to have that one.
Score remains 54-43. Second one is good to cut the lead back down to 10. 54-44. 2 minutes left in the game. The Vikings can do it, but they're going to need some help now. Here's Jenny. Get a way out. Bennett, jump shot, no good. Rebound, Vikings.
I think that was Harper.
Oh, was that Harper? You're right. Owen Harper.
And the right guy to shoot the shot.
Rebound, Vikes. Here's Aloha Ford for three! It's good! They've cut the lead to 7. Timeout. 1:40 left in the game. It's 54-47. And we're back after this on Table Rock and KFLS.
It's game day or a family get-together. Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
And get the ball to the hot hand, who's Marcus Ulloa Ford.
1:40 left in the game, 54-47. Henley with the lead. They led by 23 at halftime.
Nobody's pressing in this game. Boy, Joe Janey does not want to shoot from the outside.
1:29 left. Vikings trying to keep the ball out on the perimeter.
Excuse me.
Shot clock down to 18.
Chris Janey doesn't want to shoot.
Joe out there as well. One's a senior, one's a sophomore.
They're trying to use the clock, that's for sure.
Here's Bennett. Dribbles to the baseline to McCready. Give and go. Put back up and in. Nice reverse.
That was well executed.
Good ball movement there. The Hornets get 2. 56-47 is our score. Hornets back up by 9. Vikings trying to get a bucket. Aloha Ford. Spin move. Good move. Shot didn't go, though. Maybe trying to do too much. And Henley with the rebound and now a foul with 47 seconds left in the game. You know, Dan, looking at all of these scores, and in this one, you would never know when the final score is going to be fairly close. You would never know that Henley had a 34-11 lead, but at halftime. But Mazama's games this year, even though they've got just one league win, all of those losses they're not blowouts by any means.
No, they did get blown out earlier in the year to a couple of teams, Redmond in particular. But Redmond is a 5A school, and they're the top 7 in the state in 5A. But they've improved.
Owen Harper's first free throw is good to make it 57-47.
I think that's Luke Bennett.
Oh, you're right. I get those two mixed up. 57-47. Luke will have one more. It's on the way. Back iron off. No good. And a foul.
They're calling Harper over the back, I think.
And that's the second time he's done that on a defensive
Well, trust me, that
offensive rebound.
It's been so well officiated, but that was not much of a foul.
Well, Gabe Nanny will have some opportunities to cut the lead to single digits here. 43.5 seconds left. Free throw good. Down to a 9-point lead, 57-48.
He sure is a smooth-looking shooter.
And he's one of several. He's got 11 juniors on this team. He's back next year. Second one, no good. And the Hornets come down with a board and an immediate foul with 41.4 seconds left. Maybe too little too late for the Vikings, but they give them an A for effort getting right back into this ball game.
Yes. Pride had a lot to do with that.
It was, it's easy sometimes, Dan, you get down that much to kind of put your tail between your legs and go. First free throw is up and in from Harper,
who's now 5 for 5 at the free throw line in this game.
Back to a 10-point Henley lead at 58-48. He duplicates the effort with the second shot. High Hunt for a long three, back iron and off. And it'll be the defensive rebound for Henley, down to 30 seconds left. And the Hornets will push the ball down the floor. The shot clock is off. And it looks like the Hornets will be content just to run some time and walk this one off. Leading it by 11, 59-48. Nobody trying to do anything out there. The clock's going to tick down, and Henley's going to walk out of here with a win. But it wasn't easy. It was not easy in that second half in particular. 34-11. Henley led at halftime. The Vikings come back, make it close and interesting, but a 59-48 victory for Henley. In fact, the two teams played 2 games this year, Dan. One time it was a 10-point win for Henley, and today it was 11. So it's pretty darn close.
Yeah, in the overall series now is Mazama 34 wins, Henley 38 wins, and traditionally this game goes down to, 2, 3, 4 points. If Mazama had gotten a better start, that's what we would have had tonight.
Final score, Henley 59 and Mazama 48. We'll wrap up our broadcast after this 1-minute break on KFLS and TableRockSports.net.
All right, let's go, guys. 15 minutes. Get your stuff.
Bye, Mom.
Have a good day, guys. I don't know what happened.
Just next time, go a little slower and figure it out.
Okay, I get it. What you're going to do is you're going to take the line.
Life is busy. Juggling everything can be overwhelming. We've all been there. So consumed with our own lives that we sometimes forget about what someone else might be going through.
Ref, come on! No, ref! There's no contact! I'm straight up! That is a terrible
So keep it in perspective, because we're all hoping for the same thing, to be respected for who we are and what we do. Remember, no ref, no game. You can be a parent, athlete, coach, or an official, but you can only be one. Know your.
Welcome back here to Valhalla Court. The final here is 59-48. The Henley Hornets come up with the win. Hard-fought win. Looked like it was going to be a cakewalk with Henley leading at 23-5 at one point. They led 34-11 at halftime. But the Vikings came back and outplayed Henley in many ways in that second half. Just could not get over the hump to make a run at it. Hornets will have 2 more league games left. Tuesday here against Klamath Union in a Canal Bowl basketball matchup, if you can call it a bowl. And then the Vikings will be on the road to wrap up the season a week from tonight over in Grants Pass against Hidden Valley. Dan, a good effort in the second half. Mazama never say die, and they came back and played well, but could not come away with a victory, and you've got the final box scores.
Well, for the victorious Henley Hornets, box score today is Joe Janey had 12 points, 10 in the second half. Aiden Hayes had 2 points. Owen Harper ends up with 15 points on 6 for 6 free throw shooting. Frank had 2 points. I think his first name's Lane. Is that correct?
Correct.
And then Chris Janey did not score. Luke Bennett had 9 points, but just 1 in the second half. Montag had 2 points. Gordon McCready, who has been scoring at over 21 points per game, had 14. The Vikings did a good job on him. And scoring was freshman Micah Ibarra with a 3. For the Vikings, Gabe Nani ends up with 10 points. Kai Hunt ends up with 14 points. Ulloa Ford ends up with a career-high 19 points. And Ryan Hayden ends up with 1 point. Mazama had just 4 players who scored their points in this ballgame. Playing but not scoring. Baker, Beals, Carter, Peters, Harrington, all those players played but did not score.
Well, it was a valiant effort on the second half side. Got to give Vikings credit. They're young. They've got 11 juniors and 1 senior on their roster. Next year, they'll be a little bit more competitive against this Henley team, who looks like they may be the favorite right now to walk out of the skyline with yet another conference championship.
Yeah, I think they had that midseason slump from about towards around Christmas time to probably the 3rd week in January, but that coincides greatly with the absence due to an injury to McCready. So when he's in the game, it's a game changer. It's just nothing about that. Henley has good enough athletes to make a serious run in the state tournament. They're well coached with Luke Hammond as their head coach, and they've got a really fine coaching staff as well.
Tom Loney being one of those, assistant coach.
And then Dylan Woodrum has been a long-time assistant coach. So, they have a chance to do some good things.
Final score here tonight, 59-48. Our thanks to Allie Hicks back at the KFLS studio. Thanks to Mike Williams for his work here on the camera work on Table Rock Sports. And always fun working with you, Dan. We'll see if we can maybe get it done again on Tuesday.
Yep. We'll maybe get the whole game in.
There we go. Wouldn't that be novel?
That would be.
Wouldn't that be novel? Yeah. Final score here tonight, Mazama loses it to Henley 59-48. Randy Adams on this Friday night wishing you a great weekend, and enjoy the Super Bowl this weekend, folks.
We didn't even get to talk about the Super Bowl. I don't either. There's my Cowboys on. Well, the only team I like are the San Diego